Hey, Bobby Manning here at Barclays Center. We got in for this one. Celtics, Nets, Game 2 is going to be here. We got a lot of people coming through. We got the sun shining down on me. I'm dying in this jacket, so I'm going to get inside in just a second. But first, want to preview some adjustments we might possibly see for this one. The Celtics, I think there's a possibility that you could see some lineup changes in this one. Definitely some rotation changes. Payton Pritchard is a guy in particular who I really want to key in on right now, because this is a guy who shot 41% from three during the season, ended the season much better than that. I think he was around 46% over the last quarter, give or take, of the season, and then was in the mid-40s in terms of catch and shoot opportunities. If you have a struggling Jason Tatum and Kemba Walker, you need a guy like him to be able to give some outlet, catch and shoot passes opportunities if the Nets are going to be keying in on the Celtics in those spots. We'll hear from Brad Stevens shortly. I'll check in with you guys again on the inside to see if there's any adjustment opportunities. But what was basically said at practice, as I said in our video yesterday, is they got to figure out ways to attack those switches better that Brooklyn's throwing at them. Kevin Durant, those type of guys were just lethal in terms of stopping Tatum, Kemba, and other guys out there. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. As far as the Nets go, they are not worried at all. Even Blake Griffin, who spoke yesterday later in the day in practice, and wasn't that worried at all about some of the offensive hits that the Celtics were able to throw at him when he switched onto the perimeter early in that game. And I expect the Nets to start him again here, although Nick Claxton and Jeff Green had better games further into the day. There's other things to say about what Game 1 said about the Nets' eventual title chances here. We'll save that. We'll talk about it on post-game and other platforms. I do think we started to see some concerns when it comes to the Nets being able to win a championship here. But as far as Game 1 goes, you still saw a team that's probably going to sweep this series. I mean, I'm out here, I'm hoping for another good game. I think the Celtics did some things that can make this a good game here tonight. But in terms of winning this series and even winning a single game, that was about as bad as the Nets could play. Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, James Harden racking up misses. What I noticed too is that they were just trying to get in their individual rhythms, going one-on-one. You know, not really passing to Jeff Greens and Joe Harris's and the likes. That's what you saw in Game 1. They really weren't all that worried, and you heard Steve Nash in the huddle too saying that we're all right. Those shots are going to go in. We just got to hammer down the defense here. Jeff Green spoke yesterday. He said he's not all that worried about the role guys not getting all that involved. Brooklyn's big three basically took almost all of their shots in that first game. So can they get more connected? If that's the case, we could be looking at a blowout here. I think the line is 9.5 last time I looked at it. So odds makers are certainly looking at a bigger advantage for the Nets here in Game 2 now that they've seen the Celtics and what they want to do here. But I don't think the Nets are going to adjust all that much. DeAndre Jordan sat. I think you're still going to see that here. So do the Celtics chase the Nets in the smaller lineups? I want to see it. I want to see some more versatility on the offensive end. I want to see some more shooting for them, even if it means giving up a little bit more on the defensive end. Tristan Thompson had a 131 defensive rating in that game. Jabari Parker, 136. The Celtics held their own defensively for stretches here, but let's be real. When the Nets turned it on, the Celtics still got throttled on the defensive end. So Brad Stevens, and what gives me a little bit of hope that those adjustments could be coming, said that the Nets are going to have to reach 110 points here. How are you going to do, or the Celtics going to have to reach 110 points here? How are you going to do that? They're going to need more offensive personnel. Tristan Thompson, minus 16, not able to get a lot of putbacks to go, not a ton of passing from his game. I don't think he's going to be the option as much here, even though he can rack up offensive rebounds against Brooklyn's interior. And ultimately, if you look at the rebounding from Game 1, it was 50-40 in favor of the Nets. So the Celtics really didn't garner an opportunity there either. I'm looking around, a couple Celtics fans here or there, mostly Nets. I see those red alternatives, the New Jersey Odes. I see Kyrie Irving jerseys everywhere. Is he going to bring in again the Kemba Walker? In that case, you might have to see some Payton Pritchard here. So I'll see you inside. Bobby Manning, CLNS Media will have every angle of this one covered on Celtics All Access, CLNS Media, as well as our Instagram page. Follow CLNS Media on Instagram, because I'm going to be going live on this story throughout the night, before the game, after the game. We might even step out here again after the game if I can get some light out here. But it's a great day in New York City. Glad to be out here, and it's going to be a fun night inside. I think. Either way, stick with us after. CLNS Media, Bobby Manning. We'll talk to you in a bit.
Hi guys, Cedric Maxwell here. I want to take a minute to tell you about Marigold Medical. I'm used to keeping my body in great shape, but with arthritis, even the most simple everyday tasks became unbearable. As soon as I called Marigold Medical, I knew I was in good hands. No drugs, no surgery, just an experienced team of caring professionals that wanted to get me back to doing the things I love. Make the call to Marigold Medical and get back to pain-free life.